What is the best pet amphibian you can possibly get? Or what is the best pet amphibian for you? There is many amphibians out there, but there is only a couple good ones as actual pets. If you're thinking of getting a pet amphibian, amphibians all need daily mist-ins or water in some source if they're aquatic or if they're terrestrial. All amphibians are water dependent, and most amphibians are not the greatest to handle. But if you want to see what is the best pet amphibian you possibly want, it is most likely on this tier list. Starting with the pixie frog. While impressive because of their massive size, they get a D rating for practicality. They are super aggressive and can have a painful bite and require massive amounts of food space as they grow. They are definitely for expert keepers only, and that's why the pixie frog gets a D tier rating. Newts. Most newts are interesting, but they occupy the middle ground. They can be a bit shy, and many species commonly found in the trade have escaped artist tendencies or require very specific semi-aquatic transitions that can be tricky for beginners. And that's why newts in general are C tiers, and their food is a little bit of an issue, but not anything to be talked about too crazy. Next up on the list is dart frogs, poison dart frogs in general. Visually, these are the most stunning animals on the list. However, they stay in B tier because they look but don't touch pets. They require bioactive vivariums with live plants and fruit fly cultures to thrive. And that is the reason why dart frogs, poison dart frogs, any dart frog is a B tier in my opinion, and most likely in yours too. And they also are pretty expensive. You want an army too, so they are expensive. They go for like $60 a frog, so keep that in mind. Tree frogs in general, these are amazing animals, but these are display animals. They require vertical enclosures, strictly controlled humidity. They are B tier because they are hardy. The setup is a bit more complex than a terrestrial frog. That's why they are B tier, and they do need a lot of humidity. They do need a lot of like mist-ins, all of that. A lot of tree frogs will eat different foods, but most of the time they will eat crickets. Maybe some tree frogs eat, I would say fruit flies. Some of them eat mealworms, crickets. You know, they're pretty easy when it comes to that. That's why they are a B tier frog. It's not bad. They are a great pet. It's just they are not the greatest for handleable, and they're kind of small. That's why tree frogs in general are a B tier amphibian. Axolotls. Who doesn't know what an axolotl is? These are one of, if not the coolest pet amphibian you could possibly probably get. They live fully aquatically, and they are relatively cheap. But the big thing is that people may not tell you, axolotls kind of need big tanks. They need, I would say, a 20 gallon. You think you can put in a 10 gallon? No, you need at least a 20 to a 40 gallon aquarium for axolotl. Fully water. You also cannot have any other aquatic tank mates with the axolotl other than other axolotls. They will attack your fish. They will eat your shrimp. They will destroy plants. They will do a lot. But the reason why they get an A tier is because they are not that demanded versus other amphibians on the list. And they are just a really cool pet amphibian to have in general. Tiger salamander. These are often called the dogs of the amphibian world. They are hardy. They get quite large and actually seem to recognize their owners. If you were to handle an amphibian, these are one of the best amphibians to handle. Just to note, no amphibian is great to handle, but this is one of the best amphibians to handle if you were to do so. These salamanders sometimes even recognize their owners by running up to glass whenever they see their owner, or remembering when food time is, whatever it could be. But in my opinion, this is slightly above the axolotl in general. They do need a little bit more maintenance than axolotl, but I think it's worth it if you're to get a pet amphibian. And they are really cool. They're literally tiger salamanders, so they're cool. They will eat crickets, any like not maybe any type of worm you give it to them. To be honest, like most worms, like they'll eat earthworms, they'll eat mealworms, they'll eat superworms, they'll eat hornworms. You know, they're not picky. They'll eat whatever. Great pets. The African door frog. These actually get an S tier because they are fully aquatic and can actually live with other fish. They are safe with other fish. Most fish, by the way, they are cool. They can live in a 20-gallon aquarium, a 50-gallon aquarium. They can go live in your tropical tank aquarium, you know? But people do think these amphibians are boring. And the reason why they do think they're boring is because they're small and sometimes even get outshined by the fish in their own tank. But if you do like amphibians and you do think it's cool to own an amphibian, and maybe you want an amphibian and you don't have a tank for it and you already have fish, perfect. You just gotta make sure your fish are okay with it. But yes, perfect for it. They are active, social, and much easier for the average hobbyist to manage than a high maintenance land species, for example. And I do think it is really cool to have a fully aquatic frog inside of a tropical fish tank. Technically the best of the best, slightly beaten out the African door frog, is actually the Pac-Man frog. These are the ultimate pet frog. They are incredibly easy to take care of. They come in amazing morph colors like strawberry, lime, tons. You can get almost any color of this frog. They do get pretty big. And they have a very big appetite. Growing up, I would actually see tons of Pac-Man frog videos. I always thought they were really cool. And I actually ended up getting one. And what I can say is, it's not for most people, but it is fun. And they are, if not the best handleable amphibian out there. They don't even need a large tank. You could house a male Pac-Man frog comfortably in a 10-gallon. A female, they do get a little bit bigger, I can't lie. Probably maybe 20. But yes, Pac-Man frogs, they're amazing. They will eat mice. They will eat worms. Like any worms. They'll eat earthworms, they'll eat superworms, they'll eat mealworms. They will also eat crickets. They'll also eat roaches. They will eat almost anything there is. But yes, this is why Pac-Man frogs are the S. Because they are a comfortable size. They have cool colors. And they will almost eat literally anything. They will literally eat fish. They'll eat shrimp. They'll eat literally anything. Don't feed it like chicken and all that stuff, but they'll eat anything like that. They will also eat themselves, and I don't mean themselves. I mean like they'll eat their same species. They'll eat anything that moves, no matter what it is. It'll be your finger. But a lot of the times, I have my Pac-Man frog. You put your finger in front, it won't eat it. Sometimes, depends on the frog, I guess, but yeah, they are weirdly handleable for amphibian. It's very weird. This is why they are a S tier though. Everything comes together.